And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. Presented by Hiram Solomon Cigars. And also the Oliva Cigar family. Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
I am a blues man. I live this life.
Everybody,
Hey,
and
good
welcome to another great cigar and pipe show, and we are very excited.
And we're
about
listening to
today's-
Ronnie's feedback because Ronnie can't get enough of himself.
Oh, and there's Teresa again. Get her out of the room.
Well, here we go again.
Man, if you can hear this,
Before we begin,
I mean, can you believe it?
I can't.
I can. I know. If my dog farts, you're going to hear it too, folks. What can I
Wow,
tell you?
Unbelievable.
And if you hear Ronnie fart, you'll hear that too.
Wow, Ronnie fucks the couch will cave in.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, and please hit the share button so we can get our special guest tonight around the world. We're
In 80
really
days.
excited. No, yeah, listen, this next guest is from Bob and I's hometown. Frank, you're close. You're on the other side of the river. Kyle, forget about it. He's not near you. But
He's from Bronx?
we'll let him tell the story.
Yeah, let him
about-
tell the story,
you know,
Bob. Why? Let's have the fucking show before the guest comes on.
I wanted to know if it was the
Jesus.
Bronx Tale or not.
Bob's in a rush. Listen, Bob's in a rush.
I want to get home in 5 minutes.
The one thing I
God,
gotta tell you,
Jeez.
Bob. Last week I fucked up. I admit it.
Well, you fucked up tonight too. You didn't get our main man info.
It was purposely planned. Let's put it out there. Come on.
It was subliminal.
Yeah,
I started the show at 8, even though it was supposed to start at 8:30.
But you said, let's fuck them up, man. Let's fuck them up.
Hey,
we had such great response.
hold on, Frank. This is breaking news. We're gonna break this news tonight.
Exclusive.
Dun, dun.
Put this ball on, too.
So starting September 5th,
Yes.
we are moving to that 8 Eastern time slot. We
Yes,
are
we
going to
are,
be
folks.
on a half hour
By popular
earlier.
Demand.
Because-
By popular
yeah.
demand.
We have people who are getting older.
Yes, they
People
want to get the bag.
people
Kirkland,
like
Bruce
Bob.
Stark.
People like
Kirkland, Bruce Stark.
Bruce Stark. He said,
Bob's got a
"Listen,
lot
you
to
guys are
travel."
putting me up way too late. Bob, he's not good with travel, nor does he
No,
drive.
I have to travel home. I mean, come on.
It's a half hour. Listen,
And not only that, we're fucking bombed by the end of the show. We've been drinking all fucking day. We want to go to sleep like everybody else.
If you can't tell yet, the language is telling you they're bombed already. Just so I know. Because they're very well spoken, very
We
well
are just
spoken.
drinking Manhattans.
all I
So,
can say is,
As it got buried, remember, folks, September 5th, we are
Yes.
starting at
8
8
o'clock. 8
p.m.
o'clock Eastern time.
Eastern.
So this is our new time slot we're going to. So
That's
we're
it.
going to
And for
be
the
on a
rest of the
half hour
people, you
early.
Figure it out.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We're going to remind you every show until then.
Yes,
So
and I'll
if
put
you,
up a promo that says it.
Yes.
and if you miss it, we don't want you on our show anyway. So
Oh,
fuck you.
fuck it, you know.
Oh. Well, he's been
Come on.
drinking
If
too.
you miss it, you'll be late. That's all.
So you catch us at 8:30.
That's all.
We'll be past the first round of commercials.
And you
anyway.
know what? You might win something if you tune in much later, like the next day.
So we should introduce ourselves, Bob, because
Go ahead.
you interrupted everything.
I did
Of
not.
course he did. Oh, yes, you did.
Jumped in. Kyle jumped in. I'm going to point the finger at Kyle. He started in with
What
the
did I
next.
jump in on?
You jumped in with the new hours.
Well, see, you got to do it. You got to do it.
You got to do it.
Okay, so here's the new deal. I'm
The
cousin
new
Frank.
deal.
The new
The
deal.
new
I'm
deal.
cousin Frank.
The
This is
old deal. We have a new deal now. The old deal is
I'm
gone.
cousin
gone.
because I'm introducing us.
All right,
now.
go ahead.
I'm cousin Frank. This is my cousin, retired Bob.
How you
and
doing,
over in the
folks?
land of Illinois, who are there?
Who are there?
Who are there?
Who would I air?
So,
Who
so
are
who's
there?
here in
Who there?
Chicagoland?
Who there?
Who that? Who that?
Who there?
So we got me. I'm Kyle Jesso, and my sidekick Ronnie Pecorini over here.
I love being a sidekick.
Wow, a lot of people just chimed in. They didn't hear the sidekick's name. Can you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, Ron Pecorini. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Jesso, the toilet man himself. Absolutely.
Have a flusher on me.
Side.
Everybody, hit the share button. Obviously, we're gonna have a lot of laughs tonight. We got a great guest.
It's
that
over.
We're very excited.
So
What's that?
all the laughs are done. That's
All
Is
the
that
laughs.
it?
Hey, listen, we have very special people listening to us.
Oh,
Our man Bruce Bush says meatheads.
All in the
Hey.
all in the family, Bruce. Here you
Oh.
go. The meathead himself from Tampa.
I
Hello.
say nice things about his new stick to tailgate, and he calls us a meathead. Hey,
Bruce
Oh.
is a bunker.
And he shoved a potato into your tailgate.
Whoa. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Bruce,
wow.
by the way, you are not winning tonight.
Bruce
No.
Bush might. Bruce
That's
Stark,
all right.
no.
No, Bruce Stark is nice and early because this way that pill doesn't affect him till later
I know.
on.
Which one, the blue one or the red one?
I don't know, Bruce. What kind of pill you taking? Hold back. I don't know.
Hey, oh.
Oh, well. Anyway, guys, we do have a wonderful guest ahead of us. We can't wait to get him on. He's sitting pretty down in Miami, Florida, even though he's a New Yorker at heart. But he's brought his New York ways down to Florida, and Miami's emptying out really quick now. So people are running.
Well, I
from
would
it.
imagine so.
Hey, you see that, Ronnie? You
For
see
some
that?
I think I got like a bird showing at me. I'm number one, he's saying. I'm number one.
Oh, you got you're number one and number two.
And two. Oh,
For our people who can't see behind the scenes, he offered a nice bowl of rice and black beans.
Arroz con pollo is what he gets. Ronnie, have that. as a
Hold on,
bowl
hold
of
on.
arroz con pollo.
Ken's got something to say. At least Bob's awake tonight.
Oh!
This is coming from the fucking bathroom guy.
Kenny Cook. Look at what it's nice and early enough for Kenny to join us and say these wonderful compliments. We
Yes.
love him.
Kenny,
And-
forget
and
it.
then,
Kenny, stick around. We got plenty for
chicken
you to
and
come around.
Anyway, we got a lot of people jumping on. They're jumping on. Yes, we got some good numbers there. So again, everybody hit the share button because we got a special guest coming on. Frank, why don't we go to the first segment of our sponsorship and come back and talk to the Miami man himself, Mr.
Another
Alec.
day in paradise, slanging cigars. Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: the Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind, and the newly released Perfect Round, featuring 18 cigars, a front 9 and a back 9. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes, we grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewv.com.
A family of 4 generations in tobacco. It started in Odense, Denmark, 141 years ago, 1882, with a factory and a retail store by Erik Peter Stogies. 4th Generation is a premium quality brand consisting of a selection of tin and loose tobaccos made in Denmark, pipes made of the finest quality briar, and superior accessories from leather goods, lighters, and pipe tools. The selection of 4th Generation products are available in premium pipe and cigar stores in the US and many European countries. Check out 4thGenPipeTobacco.com.
And we are back. What happened here? What's going on? We go away to commercials, and then you come back, and Bob's losing his shit.
Oh boy! All I know is,
hey, let's get to our guest, our man from the Brooklyns, Alan from Family by Loyalty. Let's bring him on. Let's have it. Yeah.
All right.
What is happening?
So before we get into it, so first thing, the intro and the beginning when I first joined, when we first started, was dope as fuck. And then you start doing these ads, right? You start doing these ads, and I started thinking about it. Is that Bob's voice?
is he throwing
his voice? Right? Like, is that Bob's voice doing it? 'Cause I don't want Bob doing my fucking commercials. It didn't sound right. What's up, Bruce, my brother? You know, so like if I had to do a commercial on the show, I'm be like, look, you know, put my stick in your mouth and you're gonna enjoy it, and that's it.
Can we do that in a Puerto Rican accent?
Oh, man. But it doesn't work.
And the second thing, Bob, for you again, bro, because you've been picking on me, bro. So now I have to come at you. So, rice and black beans is not a Puerto Rican dish, my man. Right?
I love making it, man, and I love
some rice and beans,
beans.
Rice and some red beans or rice and pink beans.
That's right. Yeah,
red beans.
And you gotta throw the chicken in there, arroz con pollo.
Yeah, there you go. Arroz con pollo.
Arroz con pollo.
Now that he's on, I can toast it because I was afraid of toasting it, and all I got was room note.
Listen,
I was
make
afraid
a
I
toast.
wasn't finished.
Make a toast.
Yes.
Make a toast.
Let's make a toast.
Right
Let's
now.
make a toast.
We're drinking right now.
Let's quit drinking.
You've been drinking all day. Salud, Alan, and thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Oh, thank you guys.
I didn't think you were going to
It's a
show up.
pleasure.
That's because we didn't send them a link to the
Well,
show.
yeah. You forget, Bob. Frank fucked up and didn't send the link.
It really, right. It was deliberate.
Damn.
Wow.
Is that how you're gonna treat a fellow New Yorker?
Wow.
No, but because you're a New Yorker,
Frank is from Jersey.
By the way, okay, so I'm gonna dispel all of the negativity that Bob was
because
spewing.
he's from Jersey.
Listen, okay, so I am smoking right now. I'm gonna put this up so people can see this. It's the Jerry. I'm gonna call it Jerry because that's the way I pronounce it.
Jerry.
Eri. Let me tell you, this cigar is fucking fantastic.
Are you lit it already?
Yeah, what do you think? I'm waiting
What
for
do
you.
what do you, yeah, what do you think?
Bob,
Bob,
you're
you're
slow
slow for me.
about?
Bob, listen. Today you're too slow for me. All right.
That's right.
Don't act your age.
Look at this.
Oh,
Nice slider.
there.
Another
Use this
fucking
one.
beat. Another beat.
Oh God,
There you
Alan,
go.
man, thanks so much for coming on.
Oh
And
my God, this is
obviously,
delicious.
this is delicious.
Fucking
isn't it?
delicious.
Unbelievable.
Damn.
So
Actually, but Bruce is on the call, right? That's Bruce's
Yes,
favorite
Bruce
Oh
hot
is
yeah,
here.
he's listening to
yeah,
you.
Bruce is on.
He's got nothing better to do than
So
listen to us.
I've got the Haiti, and this one, oh my God,
This
it
is
is
fucking
delicious.
great.
I told you guys
Yeah.
he's got good stuff. I told you.
Well,
I don't care. I don't care what size it comes in.
I come in a Grand Toro and I'll make a Gordo too, bro.
So Alan, we got to meet you in the BCA and the PCA and all the A's.
The old A's.
I didn't meet him in the A. No.
Whoa.
Hey, forget about it.
Whoa. I'll be great.
My
Now-
first question is, you're a New Yorker, though. Where?
Yeah.
Bronx?
So my family's from Brooklyn. So we're from South Second and Roebling, right over the Williamsburg Bridge.
Oh, okay.
There.
You know,
All right. Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
Nice.
So how does
my wife's
How does it
my
go?
wife's
Are you
family.
talking, Frank? Wait, don't interrupt the guy.
I was gonna say to you, my wife's family's from Knickerbocker,
Knickerbocker
okay.
Avenue.
or
Brooklyn,
how the Puerto Ricans say Knickerbocker.
Knickerbocker.
Wait.
friend.
Come on, guys.
My friend had a delicatessen there in
hold on,
Knickerbocker
Bob.
Avenue.
Hold on,
Oh,
Bob. Would you let him talk?
So, guys, since being that y'all from New York and Chicago and shit, right? Come on, how many times you heard how many times you heard a Hispanic person say the New York Yankees versus the New York Junkies?
Jankies?
The Junkies.
That's the Jankies. I always thought the Jankies because they were kind of janky to me. I'm a Mets fan.
Oh.
How far back do you go as far as knowing Knickerbocker Avenue?
He's only 25 years old.
No. What are you fucking talking about, bro? I'll be 44 in a month.
44.
44.
You see, you're bullshitting the guy
This
already.
fucking guy looks good for 44.
He does. He looks like he's fucking 22, man.
I
But
know.
this
That guy's fucking.
He's got no
good.
stress. He deals with
Yeah, no
cigars
stress.
and he's living in
Where's my-
Miami.
Where's no gray hair?
Yeah.
That son of a
No,
bitch.
because a good friend of mine had
Hey, right here, right there.
Oh yeah, there
All right,
it is.
All right.
Knickerbocker Avenue.
Yeah, I see that.
Bianco's
I see
Italian delicatessen or Italian provisions.
No, so here's the thing. That's where my wife's her family's from. Like where I'm from, South Second and Roebling, right, Williamsburg Bridge, right. So like when I was living there, those are the Puerto Ricans were running that area. Now my uncle still lives there and his family, and he owns 4 apartment buildings in that block alone. And I can tell you right now, it has changed. It's not the same.
Everything's changed.
It is not the same.
No.
Nope,
Nothing
nope.
in New York is the same anymore, man.
So I was going to get back to my question, Bob, before you rudely interrupted.
I rudely interrupt. You were screwing the guy before he was talking. I mean,
Whoa, hey, whoa.
My question is a very valid. It's a valid one. It's an important one. How does a Puerto Rican from Brooklyn get involved in the cigar industry? He's a young man. What the fuck did he do prior to this?
you don't have to
Something right.
You don't have to answer that.
He did the right things, is what he did.
As a concierge, don't answer the question.
So listen, for the past 24 years, I've been a DevOps engineer, which is a combination of a programmer and an infrastructure operation engineer. As far as how against cigars, honestly, you guys will all fucking laugh. Sopranos.
Nice.
It was a fucking Sopranos, and it was back when I was fucking 19 years old.
Nice.
You know, it's just funny you just mentioned that. I just talked to Frank a few minutes ago. I was saying, I'm rewatching The Sopranos again because who doesn't? And he always smoked macanudos.
Macanudos?
Yes, you're right.
Bobism one.
Everybody drink.
I watched an episode the other night where there's no question about it. I was watching the band on the cigar, and it was a Padron. He had a Padron. So he definitely had some better taste. Tony had some better taste.
Well, let's talk about Alan's taste.
Yes, let's talk about
how do we
family
get
by
into this,
loyalty.
buddy? Sell this
Family
to
by
us.
So you like the red beans instead of the black beans, huh?
Listen, I don't discriminate, but I've been married for 24 years, so
There you go.
Yeah.
Whatever his wife makes,
That's a good one.
He likes.
Frank being very diplomatic. Whatever
That's
the wife makes, that's it.
That's what you eat.
Yeah.
You learn.
How the hell did you get into
So
this?
tell us about the beginnings of Family by Loyalty. I mean, we know you're watching Sopranos. Like, where did you get your start? Like, how did you get into the industry? Like, what brought who did you start talking to? Who did you get into?
I mean, when we started in the cigar industry, it started off with our pipes first, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So it was started, which is why we call the small ones, the ones we sent you, the pipe size.
Right.
So because you're not meant to smoke a 6-inch cigar in here. 3.5 inches or smaller. That's not what she said. But,
Hey, we don't want to hear your problems. Come on.
Now,
remember,
how did you get into that? Because cigar holders back in the 20s, 30s, 40s was a thing, like cigarettes holders. And they really haven't been around for many, many years. So how did you get into that part of it?
Well, long story made short. I mean, I was renting for the past. I mean, I've been living in my house now for 3 years. Before that, renting for like 12 years. But about 4 years, 6 years ago, I met my partner, Ernesto, through my wife and his wife. And we got together, smoked cigars. We hung out as family, best friends, brothers, the whole nine, right?
Nice.
And for my birthday, he made me by hand. Doesn't look like this.
Oh,
But by hand.
Oh.
So he carved it. He carved it.
Okay.
Yes, a rudimentary pipe. And he did that for me because since I couldn't smoke in my house, I still can. In my house now, but
Right.
you know how that is.
No, I can't.
I used to smoke in my the garage, but I living in Florida, especially Miami, after 10:30, 11 a.m., it gets really, really hot, really humid.
Yeah.
Laptop overheats, right?
Yeah.
So I'll leave my cigar outside on the ashtray. It rains randomly, as you guys know. And it's food bar, right?
Yeah.
So he's just telling me all the time, you got in Spanish, you got all these fucking nubs in here. What's your fucking problem? Like, well, it's too fucking hot.
Yeah.
Too fucking hot. Right?
Right.
To do my work and fucking smoke a whole cigar.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It is hot,
So that's how he made me my first rudimentary pipe with one ring gauge.
Wow.
60.
Okay.
All right.
And what is that made out of? Is that briar?
Wait, Alan, rethink your choices for the evening yet. So.
Oh wow, Chris! Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
so he made me that pipe, and I was like, "Yay, 60 ring gauge. Fuck, I don't fucking really smoke that normally, right?"
Okay.
And he saw my reaction. He was kind of disappointed because he made it for my birthday, right? And I had my initials, the whole nine.
Wow.
So a month later, he makes me another one. This time, 56 ring gauge, right? I said, well, I can fuck with this more. I go to smoke because I normally smoke between a 50 and a 54. I could go to 56, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, that's not what she said, but okay. But still.
I want to know who the she is talks about him all the
time. He's unknown.
So
he met her on Knickerbocker.
Now I'm going to go to your sponsors, right? Your sponsor page. So that week he gave me that pipe. I was excited because he actually hand drew the Punisher symbol on the pipe.
Wow.
Really?
Okay. Nice.
Hand carved it. Right?
Wow.
Hand carved
that's
it.
awesome.
Full wooden pipe. Not like we see today. Today it's wood with the ebonite plastic. But it was full wood. Right? With the logo on it.
Sweet.
I go to Corona. And what I do is because I had to work the entire week. I didn't take vacation. My kids and my wife went to Universal's every day, hung out, whatever, while I was at Corona working.
Right.
And while I'm at Corona working, people were asking me, "Yo, dude, what is that?" The first day, I had like 5 different people. What's that? I'm like, "Oh, it's a gift of mine. A friend of mine gave me. I want to buy it." I'm like, well, it's mine.
My name on it.
Right?
It's engraved.
Yeah.
Right? So the next day, I got there at 9:30. By 11 o'clock, I already had 3 people asking me, where can I get this pipe? And by the third person, I said, oh, this is my new company. We're in alpha stages. We're right now in the QA process. That was bullshit.
Yeah, but it was.
I went outside after talk with him.
Yeah.
I called him. I was like, yo, we have a fucking company. Like, right fucking now. We got a fucking company.
Good for you.
And that's how the cigar pipe company developed. It took
nice.
a year of now from that point, Q&A like crazy.
Yep.
To go live. After we went live, about 9 months after going live, I said to my partner, I said, yo, bro, I want to do my own brand. And he says, but we're still selling our pipes. I said, I don't give a fuck. I want to do my own brand. You focus on the pipes, I focus on cigars.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I trust you. And I was like, all right, so I want to do it. He said, but what makes you want to do this? I said, I wanted to do this 22 years ago when I first started smoking. But I was broke back then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I could afford to invest in it now. And that's how we started.
Wow.
Right? And why did I want to do my own brand? Because when I met my partner, I was only smoking full strength, full body cigars.
Mm-hmm.
My father, the judge, Padron 1926, number 48.
Yep.
Right? Like just
all the heavies.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
All the good stuff.
all the heavies. But
Yeah.
I've been smoking for 20, almost at that point, about 18 years at that point, right?
Okay.
But my palate was just like numb.
Yeah, burnt.
Right?
You get burnt out.
And
Palate fatigue.
a friend of mine says to me, yo, try different brands. There's new brands out there.
Yeah.
And I started Googling them, and then I started finding shops that sold them. The next thing you know, I'm buying $200 a month worth of cigars, just of different brands, different lines I'd never smoked.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
And I started finding stuff that I liked, stuff I didn't like, stuff I loved, right?
Right.
Wow, how the same wrapper I smoked in this cigar doesn't taste like this cigar. I started falling in love with the whole process at that point. How come each one was so unique, so different? Some were tight, some were too loose, some were perfect, right? Some had some really great flavor. Some would just felt like gasoline, right? Some tasted like hay. Some tasted like ammonia, right?
Right.
Wet carpet ones too.
And
we want to expand on that.
Joey.
So when we started, one of the biggest things that people ever said was, yo, Nicaraguan cigars are the best. Full body cigars are the fucking best. Full string cigars are the best. And I said, you know what? I've been smoking for such a fucking long time. And I finally come to terms with my palate. And my palate says, I don't like full string. I don't like full body. I like cigars that develop.
Yeah.
I like cigars that change.
Yeah.
I like cigars that stop me in my tracks.
Yep.
So I started smoking different brands, different lines, and I've come across cigars like that. I'm like, oh shit, this shit was fucking amazing. How it just transitioned. So I was like, wait a second. I want to do my own brand, but I want every cigar to have a transition.
Right.
I want every cigar the way it starts, not the way it fucking finishes.
Right.
Wow.
You want that journey.
Yeah.
So what's your starting
So,
point?
so again, that was my journey with smoking on cigars. Then was trying to find the different manufacturers.
Right.
I went to some of the big names. They asked for a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
A lot of money.
Of course. Yeah. Most of them
And
sell
I can
like
afford it.
50,000 to start.
Yeah.
No. Shit.
No. That's
No.
Listen, 500,000.
Yeah.
And
that just
the
gets
big
you in the
names.
door.
Okay.
That gets you in the
Okay,
door.
from the big names only. I'm not gonna say the names, but from the big names, just understand what I'm trying to say to you. From the big names only,
Yeah.
250,000 was the lowest I heard.
Right.
Oof. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I started looking around at boutique brands that have been around for a little bit. And one of the cigars I smoked a lot was Blackbird. Not that they were my favorite, but I love the construction.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I loved the marketing of it. So I said, let me hit him up. And he took the call. We met in person. We talked. We did business. And he was like, hey, I can send you some samples. I said, no. I said, listen, there's one sample that the first sample he gave me was actually the birth of Jerry. Okay. And after that, I was like, hey, we got to go to DR. I want to blend with your master blender. He's like, but we can blend it for you. I'm like, I get it. He's a master blender, but I need it to fit my palate.
Right.
I said, because I'm either the best or worst salesman in the world. Because when I believe in something, I'll sell shit to flies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I don't believe in it, I can't move it.
Right. That's right.
For
I mean,
sure. For sure.
And that's when we flew to DR. We were there a whole week, and we blended it all day, every day.
Nice.
But to come to like the names of cigars, I give a lot of credit to Blackbird Cigars, Jonas, primarily, his main designer, because when we were there and we're talking about the name of the cigars, the first thing he asked me was, how many cigars you want to do? I said, I don't know, 2, maybe 5. And he's like, well, what are you gonna name them? I said, well, I'm not giving my last name. I'm not giving my partner's last name. I'm not doing that shit. And his designer said to me, well, what's your favorite animal? I'm like, hands down, the wolf, dog, canine. Always.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was like, what do you know about Nordic mythology? I said a little bit, not much. He said, well, Google it and wolves. And when I Googled it and I started reading about all different wolves in Nordic mythology, I said, man, I want 5 cigars. 5 different wolves.
Nice.
Right? And
got
then
your wolf pack going.
I mean, the marketing on your cigars are absolutely beautiful. I love the representation. The artwork is on point. That shit is tight. Like I said, that is sweet. You've done an amazing job with the names and the marketing, because that's half the battle.
Yes.
Thank you. No, thank you. And so we knew the wolves, and we know the mythology behind the wolves, right? So we knew that Hati and Skull are twin wolves, and Frecky and Jerry are twin wolves, and Fenrir is a wolf on its own. But then we learned that Hati and Skull are the wolves of Fenrir, his children. And Hati, being the male, devour the moon, and Skull, yellow, being devour the sun. But since they're twin wolves, we decided to make 2 blends exactly the same with different wrappers.
Oh,
so
makes sense.
We already had the concept and the idea of what we wanted to make based on the mythology of the wolves of Nordic mythology.
Right.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
That's
right.
awesome.
So when you smoke Hati or you smoke Skull, it's the exact same blend. What changes is the wrapper.
Okay.
So on Skull is the Cuba Brazil. On Hati is the Ecuadorian Connecticut. But the binder on both of them is Criollo 98, and the filler on both of them is Corojo and Nicaraguan.
Nice combination.
Oh yeah,
very, very good. I mean, incredibly.
And these are just tasty cigars.
Super tasty.
Super tasty.
Exactly.
And the other 2 cigars, Frecky and Jerry, same concept. Frecky and Jerry were the twin wolves of Odin, protectors of Odin, right? So if you guys look at the bands carefully, we pay attention to the branding. A lot of people, unless they're really, really meticulous, won't notice this. But if you look at the wolf eye of each band, you're going to notice a different scar in each one.
Yeah, one's got a scar over the left eye.
Yeah, one's got it in the right eye. One's got it on both eyes. And one's got 2 scars on one eye. And one doesn't have any.
Right.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah,
very way. Look at that.
Scars on the left eye, and that's the Jerry.
Yep. So since Jerry and Frecky are both also twin wolves, same binder, same filler. Binder Criollo 98, filler Criollo 98, Pennsylvania broadleaf, Corojo, and Nicaraguan Ligero. What changes is the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper and the Mexican San Andres wrapper.
And they're bolder than
it kicks it up a bit.
Yeah, it definitely brings it up a notch.
Yep.
That's what I'm getting out of Jerry, and I think Frecky's going to be a little bit even.
Yes.
One notch above from boldness. Now, is the wolf the same way? Is that wolf, the Frecky wolf, a little bit more bolder, a little bit more brazen, a little bit more badass?
Well, so Frecky and Jerry, remember, they're both ravenous and greedy in the Nordic mythology. Right? So both of them have the same potential. Right? But the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper completely changes the profile of that cigar to be baking spices.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's big time.
Hint on the retro, maybe a sweetness of either like a vanilla or a darker chocolate, right? You'll get those hints right there. Whereas with Frecky, completely changes the flavor profile. So in Jerry, you got a lot of or baking spices and maybe some pepper in the back end. Whereas with Frecky, you got some black pepper in the back end, but it's more earth tones, right?
But I got a little bit of chocolate too.
Yeah.
On which one you smoking, Bob?
The Frecky.
Okay.
Frecky.
But I heard you like chocolate in your mouth. It's okay.
He does. He
You want me to come back at you? No, but definitely right out of the cellar, we noticed a little bit of chocolate notes without even lighting it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, it has a little bit.
And I had baking spice right away.
Yeah.
It was right off the bat. It was kind of like nutmeggy, a little French bread.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. You know what I tell people all the time about Jerry? It's like when you walk into the bakery, you smell the yeast rise. And you're like, yeah, like I'm here.
Yep. Absolutely. Without a doubt.
But this is definitely earthier.
I could tell.
Now what about the fifth one, the fifth lone wolf? Fenrir.
So Fenrir, that's the one I'm smoking right now.
Nice.
That one is actually the most consistent cigar we make across all 5. Why do I say consistent? Because the way it starts is closer to the way it finishes. Closer. Okay. We did that purposely because we wanted Fenrir to start off with a little bit more spice. Literally, when you smoke Fenrir, the moment you light it, you're gonna feel spice in your palate with sweetness simultaneously.
Nice.
But we blended that purposely that way. And to be very clear, Fenrir was born because one of my favorite cigars, it doesn't taste like it at all, but one of my favorite cigars is the MBK by Blackwork Studios.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right?
When you say peppery spice, do you mean peppery? Like a white pepper?
Like, well,
pepper?
No, he means like a fucking apricot, Bob. Jesus.
So for instance, so Fenrir to me, Fenrir is more like a cayenne pepper, and Frecky is more like a black pepper. And then like Jerry is more like baking spices, right? It just depends on the cigar itself. Whereas Hati is more cedar. It feels
for
spicy,
sure.
but it's more cedar.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm getting with the Hati, because I get like a low cocoa note with it just like that old wood like back end like in there. I mean, it's not spicy at all. You know,
but from the moment you lit it, right? Was it?
Yeah,
it was cedar, right? From the moment
from
you lit
the moment,
it was cedar.
And
then some sweetness in the back end.
Yeah,
it was slight, but it was right there in the back end.
Yes.
Kyle got wood the minute he lit it up.
Kyle gets wood on all cigars.
Hey,
he gets a woody.
I'm a single man, so you know it doesn't take much these days.
Were you involved with all the blending?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Very good.
Actually, I was the most. I know you like this, Bob. The most anal person there.
Nice.
So.
That's
cool.
Bob is that way. Bob can be very anal at times.
Oh God.
No,
Frank talking?
I'll tell you.
Frank talking?
No, you know what I like about that? It shows your commitment to the product.
Absolutely.
Right? It's you wanted it a certain way.
You want hands on. You want hands on your product.
And I'll tell you why though, because like I said to you guys like 15, 20 minutes ago, right? Like for me, I cannot sell a cigar I don't believe in. So for me trying to sell you one of my cigars that I do not like, I cannot do. I literally cannot do. And you're going to tell in my face. You're going to tell in my energy. Right?
Right.
So like when people say to me, what's your favorite cigar? I'll start laughing. I'm like, man, you want me to lie to you? Like what time of the day it is, how I feel at the moment.
Right.
I've blended all of them. So I know I like them all.
Yeah.
Right. To ask you which is my favorite one is like at the moment, like right now, or like
the one I'm smoking.
The one
I'm smoking.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean,
so
it could all depend on what meal you've had, what drink you're having. I mean, there's a whole lot
time of the day
that goes into it. Yeah, time of the day.
Everybody has their go-to cigars, which you know they're proven. You love them, but yeah, it all comes into play. The time of day, what you're eating, what you're drinking, who you're hanging out with. It all comes into it.
But one thing I can say to everybody, and it's absolute truth, I smoke them all. So it's like I could sell you any one of my cigars in and out. I can tell you every little detail about them because I smoke them all, right? And I smoke. When people ask me, "Do you smoke only your brand?" Like, fuck no. I smoke different brands daily.
Sure. Good.
Daily. You know what I mean? Why? Because I love cigars. Number one. Number two, always trying to enhance my palate. Number three, I may find something out there that I just completely love, and I want to imitate in the most flattery way I can by making it better.
There you go. I want to mimic it. Yep.
So that being said, like, I just don't smoke mine all day, but I smoke a lot of brands, and I'm always in the hunt for new websites that carry brands that I've never tasted.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's smart. You should do. I mean, we do it.
Yeah.
We're always looking for something else.
You know, and what I love is this is the first time I've had any of your cigars. And I love the fact that your commitment to the craft is just as important as the cigar that you put out here. Because, again, getting this, you know, we were joking and saying the size. I love the fact that it's pipe size, that you could put it and smoke it quickly. So in a half hour, you can have a wonderful experience, and you don't have to worry about leaving it out, getting rained on, and all of that stuff, because we do live in Florida and it gets hot, and it's hard to smoke a cigar for 2 hours out here. It just doesn't happen.
It's very difficult.
You know, because it's
I smoke in my lanai, and for the past couple of months, I can't even smoke a half a cigar. I put it in the ashtray, and I go back inside in the air conditioning. I can't take the heat right now.
Right.
You know, exactly.
A brutal summer. It's broken all records in Florida. I mean, it's crazy, the heat right now.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, a good half-hour smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it. You go inside.
Fantastic.
Even if you're working, you go on lunch.
Right.
The perfect cigar for lunch break.
Exactly.
30 minutes, you go. That's it.
Thank you. You're like, thank you. I had a great cigar.
So here's what I want to tell you guys before I go into that, though. So answer Chris's question. I have not had the oak yet. I have a couple of GTO cigars, pretty good cigars. So I'll definitely try the oak next. But to go back to the pipe size, you know how pipe size became a size? So Jerry and Frankie were the first two cigars that were born.
Okay.
The next three cigars were Hottie, Skull, and Fenrir.
Okay.
Okay. It took 3 days of blending to find Hottie.
Right.
Wow.
Which is pretty quick.
And,
Yeah.
I mean,
3 days from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night of me, the master blender, the owner of the factory, my partner, and my friend Sergio.
That's a bunch of blends.
That's
Just
a lot
rolling,
of blends.
That's a bunch of blends.
but it's still very
rolling,
fast. It's very quick.
Him rolling, and we're smoking, right? And when we got to the Hottie, I fell in love with it. I said, "This is my favorite Connecticut ever." I said, and again, it was raw because you got to think about it.
Yeah,
It's a human
it hasn't
cigar.
haven't aged out.
And I knew from the notes, from the notes I could perceive, I was like, "This is going to be fucking amazing." And I fell in love with it so much. He says, I said to him, "Bro, I need a cigar with the exact same blend with a different wrapper."
Right.
And that's when he produced Skull for me.
Nice.
And then right after that, I said to him, it was like around 8 o'clock at night. I'll never forget this shit. It was a Wednesday night. I looked at it. I looked at my pipe in my hand. I looked at the cigar where I put in the pipe. It was like this long, right? About 3.5 inches. And I looked at the master blender. Can you create the exact same cigar at all my lines in this size, 3.5 inches?
Ah,
Nice.
interesting.
All right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you blended it right to that size.
Yeah.
Yes. And right then and there, the master blender said to me, I could do it. The owner of the factory says, "Fuck you. No, we're not doing that." Right? Just like that.
And what did you say back?
Now,
Fuck you. I'm paying you for this shit. You don't know what the
That's
fuck
right.
I'm asking
And
you.
there you go.
So-
Don't mess with
so when
this Puerto
you're, so
Rican.
here's a question for you. So now you're blending a cigar to a 3 to 3.5 inch stick.
3.5 by 52. Yeah.
When they're rolling out the cigar, are they rolling and capping both ends and cutting that cigar in the middle in order to maximize the overall size? or are they
No,
individually
no.
rolling just to that size?
The individual rolling to that size, and they're losing tobacco.
They're
And
losing
that's why
tobacco.
They're losing
Yes.
a ton of
But,
tobacco.
okay, but there's a reason why though. All right, guys,
Mhm.
because since I want those transitions the way it's blended,
Ah,
right? He can't just cut it in half
right, and
Yeah.
bring
and
it over
produce-
to
right.
the
and pro-
complete
and
opposite.
produce the same cigar.
Right, it's
Yeah.
going to be the
Exactly.
opposite.
So it's gonna be the exact opposite.
Mhm.
Right.
That's the reason. A lot of people don't get it. Oh, your pipe's is too expensive. I'm like, you guys don't understand. like this size to produce the same exact blend every time. Yeah, it would make the most logical sense to say, hey, do a long 6-inch, cut it in half, right? But then
Right.
it won't taste the same every cigar. You have 20 cigars in a damn box, and half of them would be strong as fuck in the beginning.
Right.
It'd be strong in the beginning and finish stronger, and the other half are gonna start off light.
Right.
Right? I mean,
Yes.
start off strong, go light.
Like,
Yeah,
yes.
it'll be like-
Yeah.
Correct.
So you just can't do it that way.
What
Interesting.
You want cigar to
How
consist-
long are you aging your leaf now?
6 months minimum.
Gotcha.
6 months
Okay.
after they roll.
After
So
they
Nice.
roll.
all the leaves are aged minimum filler 2 years to 5 years.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
But after rolling 6 months, we can't afford to be a year.
Oh, you
or-
can't have them sit
No.
there too long, of course.
What I like about it too is look how small I've got this down. To
It's
where
got a beautiful
But
burn
I've got-
all the way down,
I've got
even.
no,
Yeah.
I've got no,
No
it's not burning
canoeing or
hot.
anything. And
It's
we
not
got the
burning hot.
fan burning here.
Yeah, no,
blowing
it's burning
Oh,
beautifully.
hold on. Hey guys, 1 second. So to answer Bruce's question, so Bruce, I have not added all the retail stores on my new website because we have a new website. But if you want to order online, you can go to ToroCigarCompany.com. You can go to AtlanticCigars.com,
Okay.
or you go to LuxuryCigarClub.com. But Toro Cigar Company is doing a buy one get one free right now.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
there you
go.
Ooh.
If you guys want the best deal, you're gonna go to Toro Cigar Company before they're
Nice.
sold out.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right, the second best deal is gonna be Atlantic Cigars, and after that would be Luxury Cigar Club.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome. Really nice.
Love this cigar. Very
good
good.
stuff.
I mean,
Tasty.
very tasty
Yeah.
cigar. Jerry, it's got my blessings.
Well, that's Bruce
you,
Bush's favorite too. Is Jerry? He loves.
Jerry's good. I'm gonna.
Bruce likes the cherry.
I'm gonna jump on Hottie or Haiti, however
Yes.
you like to pronounce it.
Hottie.
Hottie.
She's a hottie.
She's a hottie.
She's a hottie.
Hottie.
Yeah, she's out. But if you look, guys, now look at the attention to detail about the brand. Hottie is a great band, right? Because Hottie's devoured the moon. Skull is a yellow band because it devoured the sun.
Oh, okay.
And
Night
there's
and
a
day.
red band because he is the destruction of all and bringer.
Oh,
Nice.
we don't want.
Right, and then Frecky and Jerry, they're the different offsets of blue because of the twin wolves that they are, right? So like one of the things like a lot of people don't realize that we spent a lot of time on the brand, and look right here, Family Loyalty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful logo, beautiful band, and
Nice
And look right here.
so
Look.
what's the?
See that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. Oh, he's got
Look
it.
right
That's a kick-ass cap. That's a good lid.
Loyalty
Nice.
is thicker than blood.
Yes.
So now what I've noticed that's different immediately, other than obviously the wrapper, which is a Connecticut on the Hottie, Hottie, however you'd like to pronounce this. Immediately I see that it's a closed foot, so it's different right off the get street. What
Yes.
was the reason for this having a closed foot?
Well, because Hottie, Skull, and Fenrir were developed after Frecky and Jerry.
Okay.
And one second, Christopher, we're gonna have hats be on sale on the website probably in the next month and a half. Okay.
All right. Good.
So you
And
know.
okay, the website is your website, which is
Yeah, Family by Loyalty Cigars.
there we
No,
go.
FamilyLoyalty.com or
You spelled it wrong, Frank.
All right,
No,
fuck
but
you.
Wait.
Yeah,
I did
What
loyalty.
right there?
bro.
I don't look
What
at the
did you
spelling.
write there?
Listen, you know,
Frank.
Frank
Are
is
you claiming New York
over. There you go.
loyalty. It's not loyalty, by loyalty.
Is that the Puerto Rican way of saying it? Loyalty.
No. Hell no.
I think we should take a break after that one, guys. What do you think there, Frank?
Yeah,
You want to regroup?
We'll regroup after that.
Folks, hit the share button, please. Hit the share button.
Hey,
Everybody
Bruce,
who's listening, please hit the share button. We'll be right back after our sponsors.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. You know, there's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool. Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature firehouse cigar line. All engines respond. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. R&A Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
And we're back, everybody. We just want to make a quick announcement because we got more people on than we're on in the beginning. September 5th, the new show, new time will be 8 p.m. Eastern. So that is our new time slot we're going to. Just to make sure everyone that's jumping on is keeping up with what's happening.
Yes.
So I have a question.
Is that Caribbean time or like?
Yeah. No.
Puerto Rican time. Usually that's at least an hour later.
It's on the right side of the island.
No, the left side, Bob. The left side.
Left side of the island.
So here's a question for you. Now, are all of your cigars 3.5 inches?
You wish they were. No. So we have a Gran Toro, a 6x54.
Okay.
We have a Robusto, a
Okay.
5x50, and then the pipe size.
And so those are available in all the different lines, as far as every different line has all those.
Correct.
Sizes.
When we did the 5 lines, we didn't want to pick and choose which 5 totas. So when we started with the Robusto, that was number 1.
Okay.
Sorry, bullshit. Gran Toro, then Robusto, and then pipe size.
Gotcha.
Right? But the idea was that if they didn't taste well in the Robusto, we wouldn't have done it. If they didn't all taste well in the pipe size, we wouldn't have done it. So the idea was, because I hate this, guys. I'm not gonna say any brands out there, but I fucking hate this. You get one brand, one line on a certain size, you fucking love it.
Yeah.
And then you get the same brand, the same line, a different size, and you're like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah,
what happened?
It changes.
What happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't want that for our lines. So the sizes that we chose were because of the sizes that best fit the flavor profile of the lines that we had.
Gotcha.
Because I wanted every size to be like, oh shit, this is fire, right? Not like what the fuck.
Now I got it.
Actually, wait, can I say this?
Yep.
What happened to PCA real quick? This is funny as fuck. The second to last day at PCA, okay, this guy comes to me, which I'm really cool with from last year. Well, his friend I was cool with, not him. He says to me, "Listen, I think your factory made a mistake."
What?
I said, what do you mean they made a mistake? I love your Hati Gran Toro, but I got one in pipe size last year, and it was so much cedar. It was too strong. I said they fucked up. There was a different line, and I just started laughing. I started laughing, and he was like, "Well, what's wrong?" I said to him, "Bro, if you smoke the Hati and Gran Toro, it's gonna take you on the journey of citrus sweetness with some cedar, some spice, right? And then by the time you get the second half, that cedar is gonna pick up,
right?
That the head was gonna pick up, that Cordova was gonna pick up. Because we blended it that way. The same thing with the skull. With Jerry and Frecky, we blended it so that every third it continues to get even more intense, not just slightly intense, more intense. So when you smoke the Frecky and Gran Toro, you smoke in the pipe size, it's two different experiences. Because to get to the Frecky and Gran Toro to the pipe size, you got to get to the second third.
Right, you got to be at the second third because that's where you're at.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So then when you smoke all of our lines and all the different sizes, the Gran Toro takes you on a multiple transitional journey of strength and body.
Right.
Whereas the pipe size says, "Here's who the fuck I am."
Right. It's
like
right away. It
would increase
a statement right away, and then it moves on from there. That's really brilliant.
That's the massive difference. And
I'm curious.
That's why we didn't have him flip it like we were talking about before, right?
Yeah.
That was the main reason. We got to keep the same tradition.
Right.
I'm curious. I know you said about the way the sizes affected the smoke, but how much of a difference would it have been when you went to a larger size, like you went into a Churchill or a Gordo even? How much difference did you detect from the smaller smoke?
Okay, so the problem is that when you make a Gordo, this is my opinion. I'm not an expert here. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Yeah.
It's hard to make a Gordo that's not too airy,
right,
or too tight.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to make a Gordo that's gonna pull just perfectly. Excuse my French.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So, I didn't want to venture into that route and possibly run into that yet.
Right.
Again, I wanted consistency.
Right.
On the three sizes.
Yeah, you wanted to establish yourself first.
Exactly. Like a lot of people ask me, "What's my next line?" Listen, I have 2 lines already in mind, but I haven't blended them yet. But I'm more focused on my 5 core lines than I am on blending new lines every year.
Right. You want to keep giving great cigars. I mean,
so I'll give you an example. 2 years ago, we started off. Our logo was different. We're Family X Loyalty. We're now Family by Loyalty.
Gotcha.
Because last year at PCA, the first day, we got a cease and desist.
I got to put the buy in there, so I got to change that.
Okay.
And somebody had that already?
No, you're not listening. There's only one person who owns X.
Yeah.
Oh,
think about it, Frank.
Person who owns X.
Think about it, Frank.
Wow.
There's only one cigar brand out there that's got X.
I mean, but an X in the middle. Come on, man.
Who
That's
owns the X? Come on, we all know that.
I get it, but this is a stretch.
Yeah,
but they got a deep pocket.
Deep pockets and a lot of lawyers.
I think we don't have the financial backing,
right,
to go toe to toe.
No.
Yes, my lawyer said we had every legal right to win, but we did not have the financial backing.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
But let me be very clear and very honest. I'm so glad it happened now.
Yeah.
Right.
Why? Because my brand is more eloquent than it was before. Before, people saw my brand as a mid-level cigar. They don't see it that way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
it forced me to really concentrate even harder than I did in the beginning on the brand.
Right.
Right. So actually, it was a blessing in disguise. Yes, the first day I got that letter, man, I wanted to fight. I ain't gonna lie to you, I wanted to throw hands.
Sure.
For
sure. Yeah.
It took us almost a year to rebrand, but we are super ecstatic about the rebranding.
Right.
Because 2 years ago, people were questioning our price points.
Mm-hmm.
This year, nobody questioned the price points.
Nice.
And there you go. Perfect.
So I gotta ask you, Alan. Do you have anything in the future? Because it's after my own heart and the size that I love the most. Anything in a Lancetto?
Oh, I'm about to say, because if you like it that big, hey.
Do we have an exclusive?
That being said, okay, yes. So we do have some samples that are coming our way to test at different Vitolas that we don't have currently.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those is a Lancero. It doesn't mean I'm going to tell you it's going to come out. Because if it doesn't taste right to me, I won't do it.
I'll test it for you. Right here. I'll test it.
But even before I even give it to you, if it doesn't pass my palate,
yes,
right,
yes,
I'm not going to send it your way.
Yeah, because
so
we know you got to be behind it. You got to be able to sell this.
Yes, exactly. So I'm gonna get them in the next month, and a couple of different Vitolas for me to test out. The same blends, all 5 blends.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If one of them fit, it's possible a new Vitola will come out for next year. Again, possible. If one of them fit.
Yes.
Right? Because if one of them fits, all 5 have to fit.
Yes. Right.
So
yes.
If I love the Lancero and Fenrir, I have to love the Lancero and Hati, Skull, Frecky, Jerry.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Makes sense.
You understand? So
absolutely.
Again, yes, we are working on new Vitolas, and we are even going to start working on new blends. But what's guaranteed for next year? Nothing's in the air right now. I can tell you that we are working on different things. But it has to pass my palate, and the reason why it has to pass my palate is I can't sell it to you otherwise.
Right.
Well,
makes sense.
And it makes total sense too, because it is a wolf pack. Wolf pack goes together. They don't go alone.
That's
so
right.
if you
they don't
can't
try to
get
make it alone.
You can't go at alone. If it's together, it's
Now,
gonna survive.
The next 2 lines will be completely different. Not completely different. Different because they won't be wolves, but part of mythology. The next 2 lines, who I developed that brand with, we don't know yet. But the next 2 lines, I expect them to be completely different than the current 5 lines.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
More the merrier for everybody.
Now, it's still part of mythology. It's just no longer a wolf.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Gotcha.
I like it.
So I'll put you on the spot. Will anything new be at the BCA Festival in November or the PCA in 2024?
2024 depends. That's in the air right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because
that's in the air. Yeah. 2025 definitely.
Right.
Definitely. But 2024 right now is in the air.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
For sure.
I know you said there was 2 that you were contemplating, thinking of, and all of that. So I didn't know how long that would take you.
But again, like that could take. Again, when it comes to blending could take an hour. It could take a day.
Take a
it could
year.
Take a week.
Yeah.
It could take a month. It could take a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
years.
it's up to you and it's up to you and your palate and what you define as a good or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So-
got to fit. It's
so
got to
for-
fit your brand, overall brand.
For sure.
Doesn't fit in there.
So the next 2 lines, my goal is for them to be completely different
Mm-hmm.
in style and in taste than the first 5 lines.
Nice.
Gotcha.
So that's why it's imperative for me that I get that right,
Oh yeah.
because that's my goal. See, I'll publicly say it to you because that is my goal.
Right.
That's why I'm very meticulous about my next 2 lines.
Right.
I already know what the names of the lines are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm thinking. I'm
I
thinking
just-
one of them is probably going to be Cameroon. Just saying.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. That rapper's so hard to find. We're working on that, but yes, it's hard to find.
Yeah, it's hard to find, but I figured something along the Cameroon, maybe even a Pennsylvania broadleaf, or we're talking I don't know. I think maybe San Andreas is a possibility.
So I thought about doing a different San Andreas blend, but you are 100% correct. Cameroon is one of my top rappers I wanted to use.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're 100% correct on that. And you're also pretty damn correct on the Pennsylvania broadleaf. It's something else I'm looking into. Right?
Yeah.
But I'm still not stuck yet because there are a couple of factories out there, specifically one of them, that carries leaves from around the world that I really want to create something different.
All right.
Nice.
So
All right.
I may go a complete different route. Okay?
Right.
So, but if I look at a traditional route, Cameroon, Pennsylvania broadleaf are definitely my top 2.
Right.
But
there's some other
I may think we're going
tobaccos coming out of Africa.
Yeah.
There's some other tobaccos coming out of Africa that you will look at.
Yep. Hey, listen, every country now is producing tobacco.
Oh,
that-
Yeah, it's
remember one
everywhere.
thing though, guys, I'm not doing short-term runs. So
Right.
No, of
when I
course
pick a
not.
leaf or the leaves that's in that blend, I gotta make sure with the factory that we have enough for the
You can
next
source
3 years
that.
to come.
Yeah, you can source
Absolutely.
that. Yeah. You have
Right.
to
So
source-
that makes it even more difficult. Like Christopher said, South African rappers, Brazilian, Arapiaca, yes, I've heard of them as well. So like the main goal, guys, is that whatever blend we do create, we also have to make sure not only we love it, can we produce it,
right?
And for how many cigars we can produce
Yes.
it, right?
For how
So
long?
that makes it even more difficult when you're running long-term brand lines.
Yes.
Right. You don't want the limit. You don't want the limited.
No.
You
I mean,
want something
you're
for
talking
steady.
about establishing, extending your core line. You have to be
yeah.
able to source that material for years to come. So
exactly, which why it makes it more difficult when it comes to blending cigars, because you might find a blend that you love, but you can't reproduce it past a certain amount of quantity.
Right.
That's the reason why it makes it even more difficult for blenders out there, other brand owners, because we all come up with different blends that we say, fuck, but how long can we reproduce that exact blend?
Right.
So,
Have you ever thought about doing a limited run?
Well, that's the
like
thing. A
doing
lot of the big guys
No,
will do a limited run. You're only going to do like 500 or
5,000 boxes, whatever the case.
Very limited, because that's all the leaves
again,
available.
I thought about that, but again, there's a few different train of thoughts today, guys. Let's be real, right? Old school train of thought: 20 count boxes. 25 count boxes, 21.
25.
Right?
Those are the great count boxes.
I love the 25, man.
But then you got the new edition, paper wrap bundles, which
Right.
we're starting to do the same, right?
Yeah.
You got the 5-packs, right?
Yeah.
You got the 12-packs, right? So you gotta remember, guys. Listen, I'm not trying to sound like a negative, but the old school smokers are dying out. The new school smokers are in.
Look at Bob. He's 100 years old.
Listen, wait. I'm gonna give Bob the first compliment that I gave him the whole evening. Bob is willing to try different and new blends.
Always.
The majority of the 50 and over crowd are not willing. The majority, not all.
You
Keyword.
should. Absolutely. You
Majority.
have to. You have to, man.
You have to before you die.
But Bob, not everybody's like you, Bob. Let's be real. If you go to different lounges and where people don't know you,
right?
And you start talking to the guys, you ask them what they smoke.
Same
You're gonna
thing
learn real
over and
quick.
over. Oh yeah, same thing over and over.
Well, look at Frank. Frank didn't start trying new blends until 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's 4 years only. Before that, basically, I only smoked Padron. That was it.
Really?
That's it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that was it. Because you know what? I had gotten hosed so many times when I ventured out and tried, especially in the 90s, the original cigar boom. I had smoked Padrones and they were like fucking like God's gift to cigars. And
they were consistent.
Consistent. Cigar after cigar. And then I went and ventured out and went and tried other things. And I smoked a cigar. It was basically like smoking ammonia. It was bullshit. It was cigars that really destroyed me. And I'm like, wait a minute, I just paid $8 or $10 back then for a cigar that tasted like shit, and I threw it right out. And I'm like, I'll just go back and smoke my Padron because I know it's always going to be good every time. I've never had.
And that's why, again, going back to your question from a half hour ago, why we don't call cigars a half flip them over, right? Because it's about quality.
Yes.
Because listen, bro, I'm one of the pickiest fucking smokers out there, guys.
I'm with you.
Okay, whether I'm broke as fuck at the moment,
or
whether I have fucking thousands of dollars in my pocket, if I light a fucking cigar and within 2 minutes that shit is fucking too tight.
Yep. I toss
no fucking flip, that shit's garbage. It's in the
Throw it
fucking
away.
garbage.
Oh,
Like,
it
goes
it's
in the
gone.
garbage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm not going to waste my time on something that's not going to give me pleasure.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why, like, for us, like, when we chose to work with the Blackbird Factory and they chose to work with us, because it was a mutual agreement, obviously.
Yeah.
It was that quality, that consistency. That's why we work with them. And that's why I had to blend with the Master Blend, because I wanted my stamp on it.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Look,
understand?
I've been smoking for like 55 years, and I still the first
Bullshit.
thing
20 at least. 20 at least.
Alan, you're talking to
I
the
walk
George.
into a lounge, and the first thing I will ask them is, "What's new?"
Yeah.
I want to try the newest cigar they just got in.
But Bob, you're honestly you're the rarity of your bracket, and that's the real talk.
Yep.
You're the rarity.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he's the George Burns of the
Right?
group.
Of your bracket, like, no, I mean, I love to bust balls, but like on the real Bob, like, honestly, you're the rarity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
From that group.
Yeah.
But people should always try something
you know
new.
what-
You never know what's going to be the next thing that's going to like blow you away.
But
man,
what I
you
love
know?
about Alan is he's 40, a little over 40.
He's a young
44.
guy.
He's a
Young guy.
He's my age.
He connects to a younger demographic. And I think that it's important because I
Fuck
see
out of here. I connect to everybody, no.
you know, no, but you connect, what you're doing is you're bringing in listen, this is a second boom for the industry. It has been
Yep. Oh
over
yeah.
the past 3 years, 4 years.
But a better one.
But a better boom. This is a better boom because
people educated.
people
now.
are much more educated now. Their palates are a little bit more developed, and you've got a lot of new smokers who, believe it or not, are a big majority are women.
Mm-hmm.
Women
more women. Yeah.
much more women in who are smoking
Yep.
cigars. I mean, in the 90s, if you had 10%, not even, I'm going to say 5% of the cigar smokers were women. If you're lucky.
No, I don't even.
I don't even think that much, Frank. Wasn't even
think-
that much.
Maybe one. Maybe
I mean,
one.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe
No.
1 in 10.
No.
Where now you're when I go to a lounge, it is filled with women smoking cigars
For
who
sure.
are educated
100%.
about smoking. They are not, where listen, a lot of the depending on every brick and mortar is reliant on having great salespeople to educate their consumers to allow them to experience cigars on a level where it's okay, good for them. Like if you're an entry level cigar smoker, you're not going to put them on a full bodied, kick your ass to the curb cigar because you'll turn them off right away. You have
Well,
to.
again, that goes back to the person who's running the lounge,
Right.
or the salesperson
But
running.
again, that
You
depends
have,
on
you
the
have
location.
to know your
It depends on
client.
Yeah, location. Yes.
Exactly. And someone
guys,
who's
like-
educated working there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got
but-
someone who
but
doesn't
Bob,
really know
Bob.
their shit in a lounge, they're just going to oh, well, this is a good cigar for you. They don't know what they're really selling you. And you could turn the person either on or off immediately. Again,
Yeah, no.
you have to. Well, it goes back to me. I mean, I smoked garbage when I started because I didn't know any better. And my palate immediately started to get better and better, and to the point where I am now. But you have to, you have to try everything. That's the bottom line,
Bob,
because you
Bob,
don't know what you like.
Oh, hold on, Bob. Shut up.
wait, this is you, Bob. Think about this, right? How many lounges do you visit every week?
Every week? No, not so much anymore.
Not so much. Like, all right, bro.
I go to one
Okay.
right now. That's about it, or
Okay.
maybe two.
All right, so let me ask somebody else in the group. How many lounges you guys, the max you visit in the week?
In the week,
One?
probably
Three,
one,
maybe?
two.
Two is the average,
Two.
more or
That's
less.
about it. Now.
Depends how close you are to lounges.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask this question then, right? How many of those lounges have actually somebody working the humidor?
Oh well,
Don't tell me Corona. Don't tell me Corona, because Corona is a big
Corona,
Don't tell me
everybody,
No,
and
no, no.
that's where I go.
Besides Corona, who else?
I go to a local
Cigar
place that's
Hustler?
only a few blocks from my
Cigar
house,
Hustler?
Cigar Hustler, and the people there are extremely knowledgeable. I give them a lot of kudos. They know their
Now,
shit.
that means you're fortunate. Again,
Yes,
I was telling
am.
you guys about 75% of the cigar lounges out there in this world is just the owner working there.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? And depending where you live, that cigar lounge owner is gonna walk in with you with a humidor. He's gonna ask you what the hell you want. Okay? He just wants you to get your damn cigar, pay for it, light it, and get the fuck out. Okay?
I wouldn't go back.
That's true. That's the honest. But what I'm trying to say to you, depends where you live.
Right.
Yes.
Number one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And the demographic.
Yeah.
So, for instance, I live in Miami. You know what the biggest sales in Miami is?
Oh.
Bundles.
Bundles.
Not main brands. Bundles.
Really?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bundles are the biggest, hottest sales you can find in Miami.
Right.
Wow.
Huh. Interesting.
Well,
Now,
we see it around
say that
Chicago too. People want bundles. I mean, it's not just Miami.
But again,
we see it in Chicago too.
Yeah,
Well,
but one time
I think we were very
the
fortunate.
majority- You go to Miami. We have
Yeah.
over 300 lounges here in Miami.
Wow. Probably even
When you,
more than
when
that.
you wait, when you go to these lounges, though, 70% of them, half the humidor is bundles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right now, again, you look at every city and see how the lounge is. Right.
Right.
Every lounge is different.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So when you're selling boutique brands, there's certain cities that are not necessarily financially profitable
Right.
because of what they sell.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
You understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
100%.
Oh,
Absolutely.
100.
So Miami is one of those cities beyond the tourists, the locals.
Yep.
90% of sales come from bundles.
That's
Of all the
amazing.
lounges that are successful here in Miami, most of their money comes from bundles.
Now, do you think that's just because it's the tourists that are buying the bundles, or
No, he's saying
No, I think
No.
it's. I
The
think it has to do with
locals,
more
the
of the.
locals.
It's the
tourists are
locals. So
buying
like,
the others. They're buying the name brands.
but the locals are? I mean, Miami's the Cuban population.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
know this.
There you go. Yeah.
They're buying bundles.
Yeah. I mean, because that's what they're used to.
Well,
I mean,
no. You're wrong. All y'all wrong. The reason why they buy bundles, first and foremost, there's some bundles that actually taste good. That's
Right.
true. I've smoked a few of them. Number one. Number two, the majority of people that live in Miami don't make don't make 100K a year.
Right.
Okay, let's just be real.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
How do you live
Right.
in Miami then?
Hey, 5 to 7 people in the fucking house, apartment,
There
all
you go.
fucking
Yeah.
paying rent. Trust me, I live here 14 years. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Wow.
That being said,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Everything depends on the city, on where you at.
I
Yep.
guess
Right.
so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
Right.
that people who are living on Coconut Grove or South Beach aren't buying bundles. You know.
No. But you're talking about the top 10%.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not talking about everybody else,
Right.
right? When you walk into most lounges in Miami, they're playing dominoes and drinking coladas,
Yep.
having a
Yeah.
cafecitos,
Old
Yeah.
school.
talking shit all day,
Yep.
every day.
Yep.
Then you have the fancy cigar bars, right?
High
If
end.
you are buying the high end.
Sure.
Right.
Gotcha.
They're
Gotcha.
paying the 25
Right.
to 50, 60, $100 a stick.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Exactly.
hurt them.
Well, you know, I think
So
we're
then,
very
so
fortunate.
in Miami, the middle end is the smallest part of the business in Miami,
Okay.
Mm.
Wow.
right? So just the regular brands is not the biggest portion of sales in Miami.
Right.
The bundles are.
It's amazing.
Interesting.
Again, that's why it depends on city that you're
Right.
in.
Yeah. Oh
Now,
yeah.
It depends on the
you're
city
from
you're
New
in.
York. Did you find that in New
Yeah.
York when you went to a lounge? That
No,
you didn't have
in New York, you're either bougie and known or you're not fucking there because
Right.
of the taxes.
Yeah.
Right,
the taxes
right,
are
the
right.
killer.
taxes, yeah. But also
because of the taxes. That's this comes down to because nobody that fucking right mind, guys. They want to be real. You're not gonna if you're gonna pay for a fucking Padron 1926 number 48 between $18 and $24 a stick, normal price in Florida. You're not gonna want to pay that $40-$50 a stick in fucking New York.
Oh, not
exactly.
Well, New York today, but I'm talking about New York years ago. When you went into a lounge in New York, I mean, you had that very personal feel, just like we had in Jersey.
You're talking about.
We went to J&R.
He's talking
I'm
old school.
talking about old
You're talking about decades ago, Bob. You're
Yeah.
old school.
You got to understand, Bob's 100 years old.
Long time ago.
Alan, you're talking about George
I
Burns' time. That's what Bob is talking about.
You know,
That's
when
the
General
problem.
Lee and me used to go into a lounge.
No, you're right. I mean, I think, as you said, Alan, each city and actually each lounge, you could get it down to the lounge because a lounge services a community. And that community really dictates dictates what that lounge carries based on what that
Know
income
your clients.
Yeah, that
your
income
client.
bracket surrounding the lounge.
Sure.
So a lounge that is a much more like, I'll call it a walk-in lounge where you have 2 seats, the owner, and you're in a medium income area. Yeah, they're going to sell a lot more of your, what I'll say, medium to low level
$8 to $12 stick.
cigar.
You're not going to sell a Anniversario Padron. No.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. In Miami, being that I frequent a lot of lounges here in Miami, my personal opinion is that I think everybody's wrong. I think that what you carry and how you carry yourself in that lounge is what determines the clientele that you're going to have and what you're going to do.
I love that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think
okay.
You're right.
And that being said, everybody's used to bundles making the most sales. So that's what they do because that's what works.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
It's not because they try something different yet. Like, for instance, there's only one lounge in Miami that carries a shit ton of boutiques, and that's Caribbean Cigars.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody goes there to sit down and smoke.
Right.
They only go there to buy, get the fuck out because his lounge sucks.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
but what the cigars he has is different than everybody else in Miami.
Gotcha.
So he makes a shit ton of money just because he has everything that nobody else has in Miami.
The unobtainable.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. But if you go to Smokin's lounge, it's humidification, is fucking respiration. You want to fucking throw up when you fucking leave that place. It's horrible.
But that guy is making money because he's got an educated consumer.
Right.
They know what they're buying.
Exactly. So all his consumers, they come in, they buy what they want, and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
All right.
So
only his real hard ride or dies stay there, essentially.
all right, that's awesome. Great info, Alan. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to our last set of sponsors here, and then we're gonna come back.
Wow,
We're gonna hang on for Samoka with the Chooch.
We're going to have our little giveaway section, which is called Smoke the Chooch. For a
Stump the
lucky winner,
Chooch.
Stump the Chooch.
Smoke
Stump.
and stump. Yes, stump
Stump
the
the Chooch.
because I smoke a chooch every day. I am the chooch. So every day I smoke. You know what a chooch is, Alan, right? I mean, we're not this is the hardest working animal.
The burro.
So let's
when
do
we
that.
Come back, we'll have our very special segment of Stump the Chooch.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Palmier XS VSOP Cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Hellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Bovita 2-way humidification.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, The Art of Magic.
Over the Rhine Premium Cigars is located in the heart of Cincinnati, 50 yards south of historic Findlay Market. We offer both known brands and the finest boutique cigars available. Feel free to bring your favorite beverage and relax in Dude Daycare, where dudes of all genders are welcome. We look forward to serving you at Over the Rhine Premium Cigars. And we are a proud member of the Boutique Cigar Association.
All begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And
We're
we
back.
are back, folks. We are back. And not to put
So,
whoops.
Oh.
Go ahead there, Alan.
so whose voice is that? That Bob's voice at the end? The BAMF Cigars?
No, that ain't Bob.
That's Lonnie putting his voice higher.
Bob doesn't speak, nor does he travel, nor does he do anything.
I smoke and I drink.
So,
But I want to let me answer this question real quick. So Chris Coulter, he says he always swings by Cuban Crafters when he's in Miami. Listen, hey Chris, if you're still on this call, why don't you stop by Ash Cigar Lounge in Kendall, or come smoke with us, or Tres Islas. There's a few other lounges besides Cuban Crafters that are really nice here.
Oh, all
There you
right.
go.
So if you want, or if you want, DM me on Instagram, and I could, tell you where to go.
Well, you
Nice.
know, Alan, we're
Smokers
coming
there.
to Miami for the BCA
He
festival.
says
So
absolutely he will. So
I'm walking distance. I'll be there.
nice. Now, for our prize for our audience who answers this amazing trivia question, is there any kind of little sampler that you can send out to one of these lucky people who sat there and put up with all of us for?
Yes.
Oh,
only if Bob vouches for them.
Ooh.
Bob will vouch for them.
I will.
And on top of the 5-pack sampler, we're giving away the Rick Rodriguez bobblehead.
We get the Ricky Rodriguez bobblehead. Nice.
Wow.
That's for all the Ricky fans out there. And Ricky happens to be one of our good friends here. So, hey, anytime we can give away a Ricky, we've given away something special.
Give away a Ricky.
Give away a Ricky.
Giving away a Ricky.
In his own plastic bag.
In his own condom.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Now, these questions now.
Poor Ricky. You hear that, Ricky?
Alan, this question is also for you and the rest of the guys here. So these are good questions. I want to see if what kind of trivia you guys have as far as knowledge base when it comes to Vikings.
Vikings? The Vikings? The barbarians?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So,
yes,
guys, what language did the Vikings speak?
Norwegian.
No, you got to be.
No, it's
I'll give you the first word of it. It's Old blank. Old blank. Oh, look at Christopher Eden jumped in. Could Chris be right? Yeah,
Norse?
Chris.
Old Norse.
Old Norse.
Yeah.
That's right.
Old Norse, 100%.
Old
Yes.
Norse. Now, here's another question for you folks.
No Ricky for you.
No Ricky for you. Who was the most famous Viking? Who was the most famous? Alan, you could please feel free.
Leif Erikson.
Nah, he was. He's like a bogus.
Yeah.
Bogus.
He's that guy who
Now,
we watched that show.
I do not know who's the most famous Viking.
Oh,
I can answer.
oh,
I don't know.
wow. Oh, you didn't watch the episodes of Vikings?
I did.
Which is
No, wait.
did
Hey,
watch it.
Christopher,
I did watch
he said
it.
He said Viking. He didn't say God. That's the reason why I say Odin.
That's right. No, not
Right.
Odin. It was
That's the reason why I didn't say
Ragnar-
Odin, Christopher, because he said Viking. He didn't say God.
Ragnar Lothbrok
There you
was
go.
Ragnar.
Yeah.
Ragnar was the most
There you
famous.
go.
Yeah.
There you
He
go.
went to Valhalla.
That's it. There you go.
Chris, no Ricky for you.
Here's one more for you folks. So, who was the most famous Viking queen, Bob, and the rest of you?
Ooh.
Viking queen.
I have no clue.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Yeah.
She was his bride.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Lagatha.
Christopher got it. He
Chris,
didn't.
Chris is all over these. Let's see if he might try to win the
Ricky.
big prize.
The big
All right.
prize.
Or the big prize. So now this will be a visual thing for folks. Let's see if anybody will get this. Kyle, do you have our special music? This is for the Ricky and our wonderful special sampler from our man Alan, as I like to say, Sanabria di Calabria.
It'll make him Italian tonight.
Puerto Rican Italian.
Wow. All right.
You like the way I rolled the R's.
I like that.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, you did good.
You did well. You did well.
All right. Here we
Don't
go.
lie. Don't lie.
Here's the question. What is this?
Oh.
What is that?
What is this? I have put it up there. Let's see if anybody can figure that out.
It's a block
What
of
is
wood.
this?
It's The Rock. Go ahead, folks. Come on, answer. What is this?
What is this in the middle there? That obviously to the right is the country of Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bob's,
Bob's tombstone.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Wow.
No, it's not Bob's tomb. Wait a minute, Josh
Chris?
Scarver. My man Josh Scarver says Runestone, and he's laughing about it. I love Josh.
Oh, he's
Josh,
right.
could that be correct? Let me just take a double check here. Oh, let me take that off. It is actually the Runestone.
Oh.
It's the Runestone, which is really pretty
What
cool.
is that?
It's typically a stone that is rune. It's got all this writings that is mythical in its nature, and it's usually to a very special person, kind of in homage to them.
Okay.
So that Runestone,
And they have to paint it flat black on the top?
they
there?
paint it flat back. I like Josh. He says, I know a little bit about Vikings and the writings. Look at
Nice.
Josh Scarver.
Nice.
Josh Scarver does it.
All right. So you get the
He gets Little Ricky.
5-pack and the little Ricky.
Hey, Josh, make sure you post when you get this stuff. Make sure you post yourself talking to little Ricky and see if you get an answer. And it's very apropos for Josh. Listen, Josh also, what's funny about this that he won is he's a rep for West Tampa Cigar.
Oh, wow.
So he is
He
an
may not be
ambassador.
after this.
Not after he talks to little Ricky.
So he works directly for West Tampa. He's a broker.
He's kind of
He's like an ambassador.
He's an ambassador.
But he is moving some of Ricky's cigars. Yeah.
And now
Oh,
he's
if he's a broker, then maybe him and I could talk.
well, you
No,
know,
Josh did
the
right.
guy
He's a
has big
broker.
following. He's a broker of many things.
He's a broker.
He broke her in half, too.
That's right. He broke her in half. Oh, boy, Josh. The things Ronnie says on the show. God bless us all.
Hey, me and Josh, we go back a long way.
Yeah, I'm glad I introduced
Josh.
you to him.
Say
Oh,
what?
You know, guys, I'll tell you, I love this chat with y'all because, like, I felt like I was back home.
Good. Except for this guy. Except for this guy.
Fucking shit. We're in person. We would have got stupid drunk all together.
Wait a minute. Bob is already stupid drunk. Don't worry about it.
But yes, when we're in Miami, we're going to look you up for sure.
Absolutely, man.
Well, Frank and Bob can take the Sunline all the way down to Miami from Orlando there.
Yeah, like $59 now, straight down.
Yeah, it's not bad. Too bad it's not a fast train. It's slow as shit.
Slow. It's supposed to be a bullet train.
It's not a bullet train, Bob.
It's got 32 stops. What are you talking about?
Yo, wait. But in Bob's mind, it's a bullet train. So why you have to?
I think it's only got 2 stops the whole way down.
Yeah, George Burns could get there faster than Bob.
Well, Bob's used to the old steam engine, so you know.
I thought it did.
No, Bob, it's one of those light rails, which means it basically goes a little
30 miles an hour.
It goes a little faster than your car.
Hey, Bob. I wish, I hope I get to your age because my kids call me old as fuck right now. They're like, yeah, you old as fuck.
Wow.
I'm 43. And they're like, you're old as fuck.
Wait till you get to my age. Like you're like old as dirt.
That's it. Older than dirt.
Older than dirt, yeah.
Exactly.
Then they just call you a fuck up.
Josh, I got your address. I hopefully see you real soon. But Alan, he's going to PM you his information and address to get those cigars.
Hey, listen, Joshua. It's Tuesday now. I'll probably ship it out to you, if not tomorrow, Thursday.
Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
Alan,
Perfect.
it was a pleasure to getting a chance to meet you.
Great to have you on,
I'm
man.
sorry that I missed you while you were at PCA. I was running around doing other shit. But
I get it. I get
Me
it.
and Ronnie
The
did.
Puerto Rican was not important for you. I get it.
Puerto Rican was low on my list. I figured I'd give the Puerto Rican to Ronnie. I figured the Puerto Rican Ronnie could have.
Give me the low guy, right? Give me the low guy. Alan, I'll hang out with you anytime. We're on the same level. It's all right. I'm old enough to be your father, so don't worry about it. Anyway,
Thanks for
folks.
being on, buddy.
Thank you so very
Thank
much.
you, Alan. Look forward to seeing you in
You
Miami.
guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
And folks, just let you all know, this Thursday night, we're doing a special event. So please join us. It's for a great cause for Cigar for Warriors. And we got a great guy in Ish from BAMF Cigars and Lou, who put together an amazing portrait in honor of our veterans and those who passed. So please join us this Thursday night at 8:30 Eastern time for another special show here from the Cigar and Pipe Show. And we're honored to be doing this for them and for our vets and for Cigar for Warriors. So please join us Thursday night for a special show that we, we'll be doing a few of these towards the end of this year, where we have Art Garcia coming in at the end of August also, and other guests will be happening. So again, join us for another special, and we'll have more giveaways for you guys too. And Alan, if you want to stick around a little bit, you can.
Yeah.
But for the rest of you guys, thank you. Thank you for all your support.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show, and we'll see you next time.
Good night,
Thursday
everyone.
Take care.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through.